Hi there, big boys. Welcome to my review of Yono the Celestial Elephants. It is actually an incredibly solid game. I mean, I didn't expect it. I turned it on and I was like, so this is an elephant game where you kill baddies and you do solve puzzles and you're an elephant and you got a trunk and there's a weirdly good story and it's what? It's weird. But yeah, this is the game on the Switch, also on PC. Don't know if it's on any other consoles, probably is. All made by one guy, impressively. It's impressive for one guy. But let's start off with those smashingly lovely graphics. Look at them, they're beautiful. They're so pretty, they're just so cutesy and pretty. It's just real nice. It's nice and simple. Actually, there is one problem which we'll get to later though, and you'll see. So, gameplay. Gameplay, it's fine. It's pretty fun. Puzzles are generally pretty good, not too hard most of them, but towards the end they do get pretty ridiculous. And there are a few glitchy and overly confusing ones, but most of the time they're perfectly good, or at least acceptable. So that's good. Fighting on the other hand is awful, it's just spamming the A button, but there's not too much of it. Even the bosses consist of more puzzles rather than fighting with the A button. Imagine it's more like I don't know, it's less Breath of the Wild and more Ocarina of Time or something, so that's good. There's also a stupid amount of mechanics in each dungeon, well, not really dungeon, but each area. You go to do a new area and they'll show you like 5 new mechanics over different levels. It always feels like the game's gonna show off something next. It's quite impressive in that way, but there's never too much, in the same way, so it's quite good. The game's pretty short. It's about 5-6 hours long. It took me about that long anyway, but it's pretty cheap as well. I'm pretty sure it's only about £10 or so, and I didn't find all the secrets either, so yeah, not too bad. Music and sounds pretty good. Music is very good. Well, not very good, but it's a lot better. I mean, there's a couple of the sounds sound a bit sort of tinny, but the music on the other hand all sounds good. So that's good. Story, pretty not interesting, but it perfectly does the job, and it has got a really sort of odd ending. It's not like a twist or anything. I don't want to get you expecting anything incredible, but it's a weird ending, and you'll see what I mean if you get to it. It's also got some really weird, good lore, like Sunder Garden, which you obviously won't make any sense to you, but that's actually quite an interesting area, which you'll get to if you play the game. And there's like these big books which you can read about the lore of the thing, even though it's basically just a place where people go like, oh, I like elephants, but there's this weird glitch, okay? It's a bit of a weird thing I just wanted to point out. If you press the A button, it's meant to make Yono, as I believe it's the same, ram, like an elephant, or well, I say like an elephant, but sort of like an elephant. But it only works sometimes. Other times it just doesn't work. I don't know if it's a Nintendo Switch problem or if it's a problem with the game itself, but it's kind of annoying. Yeah, don't know why it does that, but it's a thing. Also, the other thing is sometimes when you're spraying water or something with your trunk, sometimes you miss, but it's really hard you can't really aim for the thing you're trying to hit, so you've just got to try and do it and then move it so it's exactly right. It's a bit of a problem at times, but again, it's a bit more of a nitpick. And the puzzles, yeah, they get hard towards the end, really hard towards the end, to be honest. I had to Google it if I'm being brutally honest. It doesn't really fit the sort of target audience of children and stuff, so I don't know. It was fine until the last few dungeons when they started to get quite a bit harder, but I guess that's supposed to be. Let's fix this kind of how games work, but still, it's a bit important to keep in mind. And also, another problem, this is what I was talking about earlier with the graphics and art style. The levels can look really hectic, and there's too much just going on. You go into an area and you suddenly see random things around the room, and you're just like, what am I supposed to do? You can't, you don't know what to interact with, where you actually have to go to next, where you have to actually get to towards the end of the puzzle. Sometimes it gets really difficult to really know what to do, but it's weird. At the start it doesn't really have that. I guess it's just because they sort of spam too many mechanics in one room towards the end, which sort of it contributes to what makes it hard as well. But finally, the game's pretty good. But we need to know if the game's good on the Switch, because this is on the Nintendo Switch version I'm playing. So yeah, basically, it runs pretty good. In fact, it runs pretty great. There was a couple of slowdowns at certain parts where there was an awful lot of stuff going on, but I guess it's to be expected. But pretty much all around it felt like 60 FPS. I don't know if it was. I'm not sure if it actually was 60 FPS because I don't know what it is, but with the Switch it's harder for me to tell if it's a game's running at 30 or 60. It's weird. On PC I can tell instantaneously, but on Switch for some reason it's harder. Same with the 3DS Vita, that kind of thing. Must just be a thing with portables and smaller device screens. But yeah, there was one crash I did get. I got it twice in the same area actually, but it was at the exact same point each area. So I think I managed to fix it by just it's because I basically would dash at that point. I press the the RAM button right at that exact point, and that would cause it to crash for some reason. But if I just didn't press it, it was fine. But yeah, important to keep that in mind. It's not entirely bug free, but it does run pretty good, so it's good. And obviously it looks great on the Switch. You know, the graphics look amazing. So yeah, overall, I'd say it's worth playing if you can get it on sale, either on PC or Switch. I'd say it works slightly better on Switch than PC, because I think this is the sort of game where I don't know. It's just I feel like it works quite well on the Switch in the way that like it's not like it's hard to run or anything, so you shouldn't really have a problem running it on PC or Switch. So I'd say buy it on the Switch if you want it portable. Buy it on PC if you want it on a big monitor, I suppose, because you're going to get pretty much the same performance either way. You'll be getting better performance on PC probably, but pretty much the same one. But maybe it won't be as crashy at one point, but that's roughly fine. So yeah, basically Zelda and elephants. That's Yono. It's a good game. Recommend it. So, thanks for watching me, boys. I'll see you at some point in time, and bye.